for the handful of first year starters, how beneficial can this match up at Iowa, the atmosphere that they'll face, kind of prepare them for NCAA's if they make it that far?
Well, one, we're wrestling the number one team in the country. That's an opportunity. The way our schedules kind of fell. I think we've had some our highest ranked opponent all season has been maybe Minnesota early in the year. It's been a long time. We've had some 9 and 10 matchups and 11 and 12, but this is one, and one's definitely different. So it gives us an opportunity to, compete with supposedly the best team in the country before postseason. I don't know if it gets any better than that for your team. For this particular team I have.
Is there anything you can tell those young guys that are making a trip like this for the first time to kind of prepare them for what they're going to see, or is it?
There's been guys before you the same age that has come out of there with wins. Don't forget that you're not going to do anything that we haven't had someone do, and that kind of should give you a level of confidence that. So we got a lot of tight match. I think there's some tight matches that at several of the weight classes, even though they're heavily favored, and maybe favored in all of them. I don't know, but I'd like to see some of those matches that appear to be really going to be really competitive. Looking forward to seeing those, and seeing the action, and seeing our efforts. So. Listen, we have some wins over them in certain weight classes, and although we're not ranked ahead of them right now, we should be the favorite. So I look forward to those really competitive matches, and I think there's quite a few of them. I think if you maybe look, there may be only really one real lopsided match, and that might be at heavyweight. And I don't know if that's one. But it looks like it. I think the other 9 look to be pretty competitive. I'm not saying that they will be, but on paper they look competitive. So that gives you a chance.
Travis mentioned on Sunday the fact that he's faced some ranked guys, but he hasn't faced the talent that he's going to be facing in number 2 ranked guy. What have you seen from him though to feel maybe a little confident going into him facing an elite guy like that?
I don't know. You still take people down. Sometimes it's harder matchups. You have a harder time with the guy that's ranked 15th sometimes, because of the different matchup and your different styles, So, just because somebody's ranked 2 or 3 or 1 or whatever doesn't mean, just means, hey, what's going to happen if I beat him? What opportunity is that going to give me? So, he just needs to keep scoring points. And, I thought some of him in particular, probably wrestled one of the toughest guys in the country in the Southern Scuffle. The way the guy was wrestling then, a lot different wrestler now, but then that guy could have been considered the toughest guy. So rankings are rankings, but more importantly, you've had success this year because of scoring points, and just keep focusing.
Did you see the type of season coming out of Travis that he's had? Did you envision that?
I'm real happy that he's started to, kind of move out of a mold where he wasn't scoring points like in freestyle his true freshman year. He's just kind of gotten a little bit of a rut that we all kind of stepped back and looked at. I think the thing that I really enjoyed about seeing him is just slowly just not accepting that. And it didn't come easy for him. It didn't seem like a lot of things changed really fast. It just seemed like it's taken a season to change. And he's done a nice job of really working on his offense, riding, getting up off the mat. So just a lot of real effort in doing what we've asked him to do.
I know you make kind of lineup changes as the duel goes on, but right now, with how Austin performed on Sunday, would you kind of have him as the number one options right now going into Iowa?
Oh, I don't think so. Not necessarily. You know, just not necessarily. But I will say, you know, Austin has got some wins in the Big 12, and that plays a big role in maybe who we go with at the end. So, you know, this particular match, we're just going to try to go up, and we're going to try to, you know, be extremely competitive. And if there's a shot that we can do something more than that, then we're going to do it. You know, we're going to put whatever team we have to out there.
What's kind of your expectations at 125? Obviously, that's last year. That was a pretty exciting match in the dual and then obviously in NCAA's.
Well, you know, he's wrestled pretty well. You know, I mean, when you look at what Nick's done through the year, you know, he's had a pretty good year, and of course, Spencer Lee's had a good year. You know, there's just certain things that you hear that need to happen in a match. You know, certain tactics that need to happen, and I'm just going to say most of the time those tactics got to be aggressive. You know, you start finding tactics and not being aggressive in a match like this, it just seems like it never works out. You know, so it's going to be surrounded by how you're going to be aggressive, what we're going to do when you're aggressive. You know, but if it's anything less than that, then you're not thinking properly. So that's how it's going to work out. You know, you don't know how it's going to work out, but I know one thing: aggression is going to have to be a part of it when you have a matchup against, you know, the returning national champion.
What has stood out to you about Wyatt Sheets' season so far?
You know, you just see somebody that needs to continue to focus on getting better, and you've seen that. You've seen some real improvement in where he's gone. It seems like just demeanor and his attitude on the mat. He seems very happy at where he's at now. You know, he just needs to bounce. Needs to take another bounce here at the end if you really want to become, you know, break into you know, that top 8. You're going to have to take another bounce, you know. So I've been pleased the movement he's made, and he is very much capable of taking that next step, you know, and that's going to be, you know, some things that he just needs to kind of solidify in the first period, be a little bit more under control. And but you know, it's been real pleasing to see him, you know, separate matches. You know, last week, you know, wrestled a guy, beat him in December, and he turns around in late February and wins that match, you know, pretty convincingly. So those are good signs to see, you know, and just kind of remember you got to move forward from them, because neither one of those guys are ranked and projected to be All-Americans right now. So, you know, let's make that next bounce, because that next bounce forward is going to put you in that position.
How long have you known Mike Sheets?
Well, me and Mike's been friends for a long time. You know, we've known each other. You know, he was a senior when I was a freshman. I wrestled as a true freshman here. It was his senior year, but we knew each other even when he was in high school and I was in junior high. So it's been a long relationship. Our families have been close, and it's just been a really good, a really good friendship. You know. Even outside of the sport of wrestling, you know, we spend a lot of time together doing different things, and he's still tougher than hell. Serious. They don't. I mean, he's a different cat. That dude can go work all day long. He's a veterinarian. He can go work all day long and not complain one bit. You know, so just go take a ride with him one day. You'll be amazed.
Feels good.
Okay.